Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the FIFA Flow podcast, guys. Today, guys, we got Champions League to talk about, guys. A lot of big Champions League games we're going to be talking about today. Paris Saint-Germain versus Newcastle. Insane game. Of course, a PSG fan. A lot to talk about with my personal opinions as a PSG fan. United versus Galatasaray. Real Madrid versus Napoli. I want to talk about Barcelona's current form. They played a game against Porto, so we're going to talk about those four games, guys. And then of course, we're going to end it off with some footy ball knowledge quizzes like usual. We're also going to make a prediction for the group stage game ending for match day 6 in 2 weeks, guys. So let's just pull up the notes so we can make our predictions, because we have some official teams going through to the knockout stages, and there's some very important games we're going to be making a prediction on after the games we just had this past week. So yeah, let's get right into it. Starting off with PSG. Oh yeah, we're also going to talk about the Milan versus Dortmund game, because of course PSG play them next. It's an important game. So let's get into it, guys. Let's start up with Group F, Paris Saint-Germain versus Newcastle. Guys, let's just leave this right here. 31 shots versus 5, and it's a 1-1. 7 shots on target against 2. 760 passes against 300. I mean, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Literally, we should have won like 5-1. Realistically, we should have won 5-1. And when I say we should have won 5-1, like, oh, like a 31 shots, or maybe it was just bad shots, 7 shots on target, like outside the box, and then it hits, like the keeper catches it soft. No, it's not those types of shots. The shots I'm talking about are these types of shots, man. You can say count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 20 shots inside of the box. And like a lot of them are within 10 yards, man. They're closer than the penalty, and we're still somehow missing. Somehow we're still missing when we have 20 shots inside of the box, and with at least half of those 20 in the box, at least 8 of them or 6 of them within 10 yards of the goal. I mean, are you joking? And then the way that we got the goal is it's just a joke as well. We'll talk about that soon, but let's talk about the way that Newcastle played. Yet again, I mentioned every time we played Newcastle in the first leg and in this leg as well, they play a 4-5-1 formation, a 4-3-3 in attack, which they're very good at. I will mention that. And then in defense, they have Almiron and they have Gordon come back. So like it's a 4-5-1 defense. We were lucky that they didn't have Tonali as well, because I think if they had Tonali, we would have been screwed, because Tonali is a great defender, and you just know that Newcastle are missing something in that 4-5-1 formation, which is a ball winning midfielder, someone who can really, like an anchor. They need someone who can like really hold that midfield together, not hold that midfield together in terms of making those passing, like giving those passing options, but someone who can win those balls in the midfield, stop those counterattacks, stop those passing options, those passing lanes. And I think you compare this leg to the first leg about a month ago, before Tonali got banned for a year for betting accusations, and you definitely noticed that in that 4-5-1 formation, that Locatelli was the man. He was the main man. So I think you definitely tell that. But overall, still, they go into that 4-5-1 formation, and this time we know we're more prepared. Dembele makes more runs in behind, and then we have Hakimi making those over the top through balls. Kylian Mbappe, of course, Kolumwani. So we have a very fast attack against a pretty slow defense. Ugarte, Fabian Ruiz, and Kengan Lee. Fabian Ruiz, man, very, very class defender. But yeah, going back to Newcastle, I want to talk about them. Nick Pope, man, what an extraordinary goalkeeper he is, man. He made some outrageous saves. Whether it was a bad shot by a Paris Saint-Germain player, it's either we couldn't finish or it was an extraordinary save by Nick Pope. So fair play to Nick Pope. Kieran Trippier at times pocketing Mbappe, man. This guy, fraud Mbappe, man. This guy is doing. Sometimes he just does a bit too much. Just pass the ball, play a bit more simple. Koulibaly, I think he had a decent game, and Ousmane Dembele. Now, overall on social media, I see this guy getting so much criticism, so much hate for him playing bad. But as a PSG fan, I'm gonna be honest. I think he was our best player. And I kind of see the reason why people might say, oh, he had a bad game, and that's because for the amount of shots and passes, the amount of chances he did very bad. However, when you take a look at the rest of the PSG team, half of the chances, a lot of the chances we had, Dembele was involved in those chances. So that's why personally I feel like I give that to Ousmane Dembele. We take a look over here and we see Kylian Mbappe with a 1.67 expected goals. Ousmane Dembele with a 1.17. We take a look at attack here. We see Ousmane Dembele down here. So successful dribble rate 2 out of 5. Shots on target 2 out of 5. Touches in the box 13. Big chances missed 3. But overall, I feel like just watching that game, you can definitely tell in a lot of the chances, in almost every attacking, in 1 in 2 or even 1 in 3 attacks, Dembele was involved. And of course, 1 in 3 is quite a lot because we had a bunch of attacks. Of course, it's not just about the shots that say, oh, if you have 31 shots, you have 31 attacks. No, it doesn't work like that. It's every time you go into the opponent's half, and you definitely see Dembele involved. So fair play to him. I'm gonna give him that. So as I said, going back to Newcastle 4-5-1 formation, they were very, very good. They were just missing that anchor in the midfield. Almiron, Gordon, Isak. I think we knew how to kind of mark them better. I want to talk about this Livramento guy, who I think he came from Southampton. I think last season or 2 seasons ago. My goodness, man, Livramento, what a center, what a left back he was for Newcastle. He got a bit unlucky with that penalty given away at the end, which I will show you guys. However, overall, amazing game in the attack, like going up to give a pass for the passing options, for the dribbling. He had a really good dribble, which led up to Alexander Isak's goal, and even in defending, he was brilliant. So fair play to him. But overall, Newcastle did amazing, doing at away as well at the Parc des Princes. So fair play to them. Yeah, as I said, with PSG, fraud Mbappe doing a bit too much. Koulibaly, he didn't have a bad game, but he didn't have a good game. And then Dembele, a lot of criticism for the amount of chances he had. He should have done more. However, at the same time, what did the other PSG players do? That's why I say he's our best player, because he was involved in almost every attack. And the link-up play with Hakimi, whether it was Hakimi doing an over-the-top through ball or Hakimi making a overlap run to do a 1-2 play with Mbappe, the speed, the pace that they have, amazing link-up there. Fabian Ruiz as well. Danilo Pereira, yet again, he's going back to that year where he's a bit shaky. He's a bit iffy. So I don't really have my full trust in him. Now, let's talk about the goals and the chances, of course. I want to talk about the controversy in this game as well, which comes down to Isak's goal. Livramento up in the box makes a dribble between. You have Hakimi, Fabian Ruiz, Skriniar, Ugarte, Danilo Pereira, all in the top of the box here. And somehow Livramento, this 21-year-old kid, I think he's 21, is dribbling through, passes to Almiron at the top of the edge of the box over here. Almiron somehow, when we have Lucas Hernandez, when we have 6 people at the top of the box, is somehow finding a gap to try to curl it far post, low driven, and it was pretty soft shot. Like when you take a shot, you want to go for a high and powerful shot, but this one was low on the ground. Just you fall on the ground, a bit soft as well. It wasn't soft, of course, but it was definitely controllable for a keeper, and especially when it's on the ground. And Donnarumma, he pushes it back into a danger zone out here into the middle of the box, and literally, we're trying to hold a line here, all aligned to make it offside. at Isak just on his tiptoes, just ready when Donnarumma hits it away, and then just gets a tap in the back of the net. So just ridiculous by Donnarumma. It's either you catch the ball or you punch it out of the way, because there was moments where you can see Nick Pope had amazing saves. Not just saves, but moments where he knows how to get the ball away from the net, very far from the net. He moves it to the side, not back into a danger zone. He just tries to push it out to the byline. So Donnarumma, he's made a lot of those mistakes in the past before, but yeah, nothing much to do there. It went in. Skriniar and Danilo Pereira, a bit iffy defending. There was moments, bro, where Skriniar was absolutely shambolic, but this guy, I don't know what the type of defending Skriniar was up to, but I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, overall, that was the Isak goal, and then we go to the Paris Saint-Germain goal, which was Kylian Mbappe. Of course, we had so many chances, man, so many easy chances. Barcola had he had a hat trick of misses. I want to talk about Barcola in a moment. Dembele had some misses. Mbappe, of course, misses. So it's just ridiculous. But yeah, going back to Barcola, yes, he had a hat trick of misses, easy misses as well, man. Like, we just need to fit. Like the problem with this Paris Saint-Germain team, even what Luis Enrique says, the manager of Paris Saint-Germain, is the problem is not creating chances. The problem is finishing those chances. Because if your problem is not being able to creating chances, then this, of course, that's a problem, because you're not gonna even get to the point of scoring goals, which is the main part of football. But if your team knows how to build up, find those passing options, make those dribbles, play as a team, and then make some goal scoring options, which PSG had so many, especially in the second half, in the final 20-30 minutes, then all you need to focus on is your finishing. And I do agree. And going back to Barcola, yes, he had a hat trick of misses, which I'm very upset. But as I said, go back a few videos ago, and I'm telling you, what the hell am I doing here, man? Go back a few videos ago, and I'm telling you, I'm fine if we sell Mbappe. I'm not fine if we sell Mbappe. Of course, he's the best player in the world. He's the best player in the world, and currently. And if he goes into Madrid, fair play to Madrid. They're going to be the best team in the world. Vinny, Mbappe, Rodrigo, Bellingham, Valverde, Camavinga, so all that stuff. However, I do have my trust in selling Mbappe and developing Barcola, because he's an extraordinary player for his age. All he needs is some more finishing development, more like a better passing. Other than that, his movement on the ball, his movement off the ball as well, the passing, his dribbling, like he's agile, he moves quickly, he's fast, similar to Mbappe's speed. Other than that, he has some good attributes on and off the ball, the passing, the dribbling. He just needs a better shooting, and then we have a solid winger, a young winger as well. So I'm fine if we sell Mbappe, because because as a Parisian as well, when you take a look at, when you hear of PSG, you see money, big players. But now we're moving into an era where we're kind of putting our money into younger players, into youth players, where we develop them. So we're kind of trying to we're trying to liquidate the money. We're trying to buy, like with Mbappe's money, 200 million, we can buy 10 younger players instead. My light just turned off. I think my PlayStation is off. Yeah, because it's linked to my PlayStation. But yeah, with Mbappe's money, we can use that and spend 20 mil on 10 players, develop those young players, and then each of those players will become 40 mil. Now we sell all those 10 players that we bought for 20 mil, sell them each for 40 mil, and that's 400 mil. So we have to liquidate the money, and that's what we're doing with these young players. Ugarte, King Lee, Vitinha, Kolumuani, Goncalo Ramos, which we just paid his fee as well. He signed a deal until 2028. We had him on loan. However, we paid the deal to official move. So Barcola as well. So as I said, I'm fine if we sell Mbappe, because all we have to do is develop Barcola more, and I think he's going to be a great player, and he offers that Parisian to the club as well, the French to the club. But yeah, overall, nasty game, not good for PSG. However, let's take a look at the penalty that was given, the controversial penalty. PSG vs Newcastle penalty. Let's look at this over here. It hits Dembele, goes for a cross. It hits the side of Livramento's body, and then goes up and hits his shoulder, not his arm, not up here. It hits the kind of down here, and somehow it was in the 87th, the 97th minute. It was 8 minutes added on, and somehow it's a penalty. And everyone, bro, in the zone when I watched it on the app, this English commentator saying, "Oh, that's not a penalty. It's in the Premier League." Of course, they're always mentioning the Premier League, which, of course, this would not be a penalty for sure. In football worlds, this is not a penalty. It hit his body, his arm is in a natural position, and it hit his body first and then rebounded to his arm. You can't predict to hit your body and rebound to your arm. So it was in a natural position. And now everyone's saying, "Oh, PSG paid the refs mad, oh, rigged game and stuff." But what they don't say is rigged, is they don't say this is rigged. Somehow this is not rigged. Somehow this doesn't hit his body first. He tries to lob it away, hits his arm, natural position, but still. And over here, clearly grabbing him, and trips, and Hakimi falls. And somehow these two are not a penalty, and this is. And people only say, okay, they scored because of a rigged penalty. They tied because of a rigged penalty which Mbappe scored. Like, man, like, and they say, oh, the ref is rigged. If you're gonna say that, then you have to argue that we should have had 2 penalties here, and we still should have won. So I'm not gonna say Newcastle, they did a good game, but PSG were the stronger team here, and we were robbed. So I'm gonna say it's a deserved pen. In footballing worlds, it's not a deserved pen. Of course, it's not a pen at all. However, we were robbed of 2 clear penalties from earlier, which I just showed you over here. Hit his arm and then clearly grabbing him in the box and falls to the ground. But yeah, that is PSG Newcastle. Let's quickly talk about the Milan Dortmund game. Overall, great game. Milan this season, man, I don't know what is up to with them. But for Dortmund, they're a very strong team, and doing it at the San Siro as well is amazing for them. It's pretty funny because Giroud, he misses a penalty. Great save by Kobel, the Swiss keeper for Dortmund. And the next thing you know, Marco Reus gets a penalty rewarded, and he scores against Mike Mignon. So just quickly reverts that penalty within 10 minutes. 2 penalties, Giroud misses and Marco Reus scores. Chukwueze with a brilliant dribble down the side, and then just unfortunate for Schlotterbeck, a great young German center back, where it hits his knee and then rebounds far post. Otherwise, I think Kobel would have saved that. But overall, still a great game. It's still a great dribble and shot by Chukwueze. However, I think that I just want to talk about this because not about the goals essentially. But I want to talk about the next match. Actually, should we? Yeah, I want to talk about the next match. Let's just get into it, which is a PSG versus Dortmund. And after watching the Newcastle Milan or the Dortmund Milan game, it's definitely not. You definitely notice that Dortmund lack the pace in defense. So if we can try to use that to our advantage, that would be great for us. Like, that's what we should focus on. However, at the same time, they have a fast attack, so I think having like a Hakimi, Lucas Hernandez, Marquinhos would be necessary. We're going to be away as well. However, yeah, as I said, for the most part, I think the midfield for Dortmund is pretty slow, and the back line is pretty slow as well. So I think trying to take those to our advantage is going to be key for sure. And one thing to note as well is at the same time, you can't say, oh, they beat Dortmund beat Milan at the San Siro. Of course, San Siro being one of the most iconic, most insane footballing arenas with a big fan base, of course, for Milan. But at the same time, you also have to argue that yes, they played it there, so Milan should do good, but at the same time, I don't know what it is with Milan. They're just not good this season. So you can't really say, oh, because Dortmund won against Milan at the San Siro, they're a good team. Milan are just not informed this season. So you can't argue that. Dortmund is good because Milan, they beat Milan at the San Siro. Milan are just not informed. However, as I said, going back, PSG are going to be going to Dortmund. We're going to be playing at Dortmund's home, and Dortmund have a crazy, crazy fan base. However, as I said, I think the midfield and the backline is really slow for Dortmund. So I think it's gonna really help us to our advantage with Kolumwani, Dembele, King and Lee, Vitinha, Ugarte, and Kylian Mbappe. But at the same time, we need a strong defense because with the players like Marco Reus, Donny Malen, and whoever else they have in attack. When I was watching the Milan highlights. With those types of players, PSG needs to watch out because sometimes, man, we just make some silly mistakes. So hopefully Marquinhos can recover. Him and Skriniar in the back line. Lucas Hernandez left back, of course, amazing left back. He knows, of course, we bought him from Bayern Munich, so he knows kind of how Dortmund play. He has some knowledge of their game style, and then a fast player like Hakimi as well should be solid for PSG to win. We need to win to go through, but so far, the teams that will go through are Dortmund. And then over here, I'm going to put my trust in PSG. I think PSG will win. Need to win to go through securely. Because if we draw and Newcastle win, it's not enough. It's not enough because Newcastle beat PSG 4-1 on aggregate, like from head to head. Newcastle beat PSG in both legs, like on aggregate and stuff. But yeah, but yeah, if we draw, so if we need to win to go through securely, 100%. If draw, Newcastle need to draw as well, else we. So yeah, if we draw, then Newcastle have to draw or lose, otherwise it's done. If we win, we win and we're through. But if we draw, it comes down to the Newcastle-Milan game. So yeah, that's my prediction there. I'm going to put my trust in PSG. Yes, we're going to be away in Dortmund's home. However, I'm still going to put my trust in them. Let's continue writing down some more of these teams. Man, actually no, let's just go back to the top of the list. Let's go ahead and talk about Galatasaray United. A quick overview. So far, Bayern Munich have gone through, and then we're going to give a prediction here. Manchester United versus Galatasaray. What a joke of a team Manchester United are. 2 times in the game, they're up by 2 goals. First goal was a bit of a sloppy defending by Galatasaray. And then second goal, great connection and passing, moving the ball into open space by United. And amazing outside, like 22-ish yards outside the box. Near post top bins, shot for Bruno Fernandes. Amazing goal for Bruno Fernandes. So fair play to him. And then overall, you can definitely tell that Galatasaray were the stronger team, man. The way that they move the ball, they hold possession of the ball, they're physical, they're strong. It's very good. And going back to almost in a lot of my Champions League episodes, I always say that I always mention that every season you have this team, this like a dark horse team. Of course, 2 seasons ago it was I'd say the season that Chelsea won the Champions League, Porto was the dark horse. The season after that, when Madrid won the Champions League, Villarreal was this dark horse. And then last season, when Man City won the Champions League, what's his name? Benfica or Napoli, you can say, was the dark horse. And now this year, I'd say Galatasaray are always a strong team, of course. They're one of the biggest teams in Turkey, so no doubt. However, I think this year they've come in stronger. They've made some big signings, of course, with Leonardo Paredes, ex-PSG player. Mauro Icardi, yet again ex-PSG player. Hakim Ziyech from Chelsea. Who else do they have? What's his name? Wilfred Zaha from Crystal Palace, and the ex-United player. So they have a lot of players that they went in. They signed some big players. So fair play to them. So from the previous seasons, they're a strong team, and now they've become even stronger than before. So for that reason, I'm gonna say from this group that Galatasaray are gonna go through because the next game is Bayern versus United, and even if if Bayern beat United, which is most likely gonna happen, then United are out. If So I'm gonna also say that Galatasaray are gonna beat Copenhagen as well. I think Copenhagen beat Galatasaray in the first game. No, it was a draw. So, and they had a red card as well. Yeah, the way that if Galatasaray can come back from 2 goals down against United and ended with the draw at their home as well, amazing game. I'm gonna say that. And is it home as well? They are away. Galatasaray are away. However, I think they're a strong team. I'm gonna say Galatasaray go through. They look like a very strong team, so I'm gonna put them going through. So yeah, it's most likely that Bayern are gonna beat United. However, if somehow there's a miracle for this Shiza United team, I still think that's not gonna be enough because I do believe that Galatasaray are gonna beat Copenhagen, which sends them through. Because if United win and Galatasaray win, currently United is 1 point ahead. So then if they both get 3 points, Galatasaray is still going to be 1 point ahead, making them go through. That is that there. Arsenal, they won 6-0 against Lens, but we're not going to talk about that. However, yeah, let's just write it down. Arsenal. PSV versus Lens. Let's take a look. PSV versus Lens. So PSV won 1 round. And they won... No, wait. PSV won this round. And they won... And they drew this round. So I believe since they drew and PSV won, even if Lens win, I think they're not gonna go through because PSV win on head-to-head. So yeah, PSV have gone through. Real Madrid and yeah, I think Napoli, surely they've beaten Braga in both games. Let's take a look. Napoli beat they have Napoli. They beat Braga 2-1 and they have Braga next week as well. Yeah, they're probably gonna go through, so let's just put that down. But I think the Napoli beat Braga 2-1 on the first game. So if somehow Braga win Napoli 3-0, yeah, 3-0 or 2-1, 2-0, minimum 2-0, I think Braga go through. I think I'm not sure if it comes down to the wins in the head-to-head or the aggregate of the head-to-head. And then I think it's the aggregate of the head-to-head, and then it's the goal difference from the whole group. But yeah, overall, I'm still going to say Napoli go through. There could be a miracle where somehow Braga win 2-0 or 3-1 against Napoli, and then Braga go through. But I don't see that happening. I think Napoli go through. But let's talk about the Real Madrid versus Napoli game. I just want to talk about Madrid, not necessarily the game, but yeah, man, my goodness, man. Jude Bellingham is the world's youngest. Like he's the most identical player to Jude Bellingham. Or Jude Bellingham is the most identical player to Zinedine Zidane, and this guy's maturity is out of this world. The runs he makes very similar to a number 9. The goal he scored was a brilliant run and a header, nice header. The runs he makes, and then he got an assist at the end as well. He's running. He makes an overlap run for Rodrigo to pass, and then he does an outside foot shot to the far post to Joselu, who then hits the back post. Unfortunately, Joselu did not want to celebrate because he was disappointed in missing a lot of chances in this game. But next thing you know, during that celebration, when he goes to the corner to like say hi to the fans, Jude Bellingham is pushing him towards the fans to say, okay, you should be happy that you scored. And that's what I like about Jude Bellingham. He's a mature player. With the runs he makes on the ball, he's brilliant. The passing, he fits in this team amazingly. And he's also a captain. He's mature. He's pushing the team to go further. So I just wanted to mention that, man. My goodness, Jude Bellingham, man. Go watch the highlights. He's an amazing player. But yeah, those are the two teams to qualify there. Group C, Group D. Confirmed Real Sociedad and Inter go through. Group E, I think it's confirmed that Atletico de Madrid and Lazio go through. Group F, we gave our thoughts over here. Let's just bring it down to have it in order. Of each group over here. If United don't win and I think if United draw, they still go through. No, actually, if United don't win, no, I'm saying that Galatasaray will go through if United don't win, and Galatasaray wins. However, if United win, they go through. If United win and the Galatasaray lose, United still don't go through. If United win and Galatasaray draws, then United goes through. So yeah, let's see what happens there. Man City and RB Leipzig. And then Barcelona Porto. To end it off here, I'm gonna put Barcelona. Of course, they're confirmed to go through. I'd say that Porto go through here. Actually, I wonder, is it Porto? Yo, this could be interesting. Barca could somehow Porto Shakhtar. Oh damn! If it was Porto Antwerp, then somehow if Shakhtar, actually I doubt, because Barcelona probably beat Shakhtar. Like head to head would probably keep Barca in the top two. So yeah, Barca. I'm gonna put my gut and say that I'm gonna put trust in Porto and say that they win. But my goodness, bro, João Cancelo and João Felix, man. The way that Barcelona play, man, I just love it, bro. João Cancelo and João Felix, bro. Barca, man, find that cash right now, man. Because if they lose them, they're screwed. The way that these two players play in attack is like prime Jordi Alba, man. Going up on the wing, making or like a Danny. He's more like a Danny Alves player. You don't really see Jordi Alba making those dribbles like João Cancelo does. So I'd compare him more to like a Danny Alves type player. And then João Felix, man, just a nice. He's a very good player. Not like a Louis. Like who would you compare like a João Cancelo to a previous Barca player? Not really anyone you can compare him to, but he's amazing. His positioning, he's young, of course. His dribbling, amazing. So I just wanted to mention the bro, like the way that João Cancelo moves, man. Like he made a very good dribble and run. He gets past the player and then bangs it for a post. A brilliant by him. So I just wanted to mention that. But yeah, I'm gonna put my trust over here in Barcelona to go through. So yeah, these are my predictions for the Champions League group stage, like the ones to go to the knockout, and the winners, the top two, to make it through the group stages. So yeah, we didn't really talk a lot today, however, and my voice also hurts. We talked about the stuff I wanted to talk, the PSG game, of course. Let's end it off with a footy tic-tac-toe like usual. Missing 11. Let's do a missing 11. So Man United's 3-3 draw against Newcastle at St. James Park in 2016. Let's see if we can guess this. So Cavani, Did they even have Cavani in 2016? I think we still had him. He only joined in like 2021 or something, or 2020. Who would be their striker, man? Oh my, negative ball knowledge. I mean, I'm not a United fan. I don't know. So let's take a guess. De Gea in net, of course. Rashford. Okay, he doesn't fit in any of these because he's 8 letters. Who else could there be? Who would be their midfielder? And Pogba doesn't work. Let's see. No, I'm gonna have negative ball knowledge. So let's not look embarrassing. Okay, let's go over here. No timer. Fabio Quagliarella. I think this guy played for. He sounds like a Porto type player. Pjanic. Who did he play for? Yeah, nothing. Bro, I've got him wrong with Rakitic, bro. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he sounded similar to. Bro, I don't know why I put this country here. I was thinking like a Dzeko. I don't know, bro. Lucky. We got a bit lucky. This Sassy. See, he doesn't fit in anything. Adriano. Didn't he play at AC Milan? Did he play like Flamengo or something? Because he's Brazilian. Roberto Carlos, who won the La Liga, of course. Iker Casillas. Top league goal scorer, 100%. Porto. Yeah, he played for Porto. Silvestre, I don't know, look at Everton. Trossard, Arsenal. Haller with Ivory Coast. Mehdi Taremi with Porto, we already did that, so unlucky there, we can't really do anything. And Pellegrini, I don't know, like did he play with Inter? Luke de Jong, PSV. Hakim Ziyech, Moroccan. Clarence Seedorf, I don't know, managed by Van Gaal. Harry Kane, English top goal scorer. Angel Correa. I don't know, did he? No, there's no ways. Ashraf Hakimi at Inter. Jack Grealish. I don't know, Everton maybe? Arjen Robben. I don't know, like maybe with Madrid. Maybe, you never know. Don't know. Diego Forlan, surely. Harvey Barnes. Damn, did he play for United? Anthony, United. Fernando Torres. It doesn't work. Dele Alli, Everton. David Neres. He's Brazilian. Ferenc Puskas. No, Lucas Villa. Look, see, then I can't get those two. Unlucky, but decent ball knowledge. And then let's end it off with a footy tic-tac-toe. With the timer as well. Porto, oh my goodness. Porto, Madrid. Iker Casillas, who also won the Champions League as well. Porto, let's think of another. Like Porto, you can say Casemiro. Bayern Munich Champions League. Coman, who also works with the French as well. And then you can say, I was gonna say Ribéry for some reason. Toni Kroos. Chelsea, Robin. We have Arjen Robben, who also won the Champions League. And then Chelsea French, we got Nkunku. And then who's like a Porto Frenchman? French Porto? Yeah, no ways I'm getting that. Let's just search it up. Let's take a look. Sar, who plays for Chelsea. Man, bro, this guy from the streets, man. Mangala. Damn. He just got a flashback in FIFA, bro, and I didn't know. Selling, bro, selling. But yeah, we're gonna end the video there. My throat hurts as well. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell. Next video will most likely be on I think we're gonna do it on Monday or Tuesday. We have some really good games. We had a United Newcastle game I want to talk about earlier today. You have the Euros draw, Barcelona, Atletico, Man City, Spurs. So yeah, we'll talk about those on Tuesday, I guess. But yeah, for now, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and that bell if you guys enjoyed today's video. Stay happy, stay safe, stay positive, and I'll see you later. Au revoir. Goodbye.